Hi friends. Okay, so I have something fun for you today. We are using flowers, a brayer, and some ink. I'm super excited to show you this and bring you inside my journal for the end of summer. Even though, as I am recording this, it's going to be 107 for 3 days. But I'm not going to think about that. I've got the air on. We're going to paint. We're going to experiment. We're going to say, what happens if? And we're going to play. So we're going to have fun. So I can't wait to see you inside. Don't forget, like and subscribe. You know the drill. All right, let's go. Have some fun. Hey friends, I'm going to start today's tutorial by doing a quick background with Lindy's Gang Magical Powders. This one is Pineapple Paradise. I take a dry brush and I sprinkle the powder on all across the page. Once I'm done playing with that, I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to come back with some seagrass green just to add in a little more depth of color. And again, I'm taking the dry brush. I'm sprinkling little tiny bits of the powder around the page, just tiny bits. And I'm going to make sure all that powder is off my brush and come back with my little mini spray bottle. I love the different pigments that come from these powders. I might take my brush, mix up some of that pigment with the brush and the water just to spread it out a little bit. And I would like this yellow a little bit deeper and more green. So I'm just going to play around. And of course now my brush is not dry because I've stuck it in the water, but that's okay. I'm almost finished. Oop. Yep, see what I mean? There's all kinds of fun colors that come up as these powders react to the water. So I have some puddles that I'm putting this in. And when I do that, I like to kind of roll my brush around in it. Oh, and then spray again because it's going to react even more. And I think I'm just going to roll it and spread it. And then, yeah, I think I like that. Now, if you can see under the right-hand side, I have a bottle under that. That's so while it dries, the paint doesn't drip completely off the page or into the complete middle of the book. So it kind of helps that left side of my art journal lay flat. While I'm finishing this up, I want to introduce you to the fabulous Susie Sharp from Impressions of Nature. I have followed her for quite a while. She is amazing at what she does, and I'm going to link her YouTube and Instagram. So I've learned from her fun monoprinting by following her, and I'm just going to take a flower, my little speedball brayer, and this ink that is block printing ink, and it's also water soluble, so that's really good. Now I also have an old brush, some cardstock, and a transparency. Now Susie has full-blown tutorials on this. I'm just gonna paint and play and experiment with you. So follow her if you want to learn more. And like I said, I'll link it up in the description. So I'm taking my old brush and I'm taking a little bit of ink and just putting it on the transparency. And then I'm going to use my brayer to spread it on the transparency. You don't need a lot, just a thin covering because I'm only going to do a small area for my journal and one flower. So I'm just going to spread this till it's covered. Now I do have leftover stuff on my brayer, but you know, pick that off, keep going, roll it out. I think with this I'm going to lay it, let's try lay it sideways. You're going to go over, this is the tricky part, you guys. Like I said, we are experimenting and having fun. And for the full-blown tutorial, go follow Susie. But I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. Now, I might need a little more ink on my transparency, but I'm going to keep picking it up, rolling it over the flower, getting most of the leaves covered as possible. Sometimes you'll have petals come off, sometimes not. See, now it's getting covered. Let's try a couple leaves. Maybe that's what we should have started with. But you know what? Why? Let's just go big or go home, huh? All right, I'm going to put some leaves down on here. I'm going to, again, press down so that as I press, the back of it gets covered. See that? That's covering nicely. And then the whole leaf will be covered. If you're lucky, it'll come up on your brayer. Again, you can take that off and just keep moving. Alrighty, here we have the prepared journal page. I'm going to lay this little daisy on its side, and I'm going to add some leaves in different places, like so. Then I'll take the cardstock and I'm going to lay it over the flower, and I'm just going to press wherever there are leaves and flowers. Okay, so I think probably more than good enough. Now I'm going to reveal. This is the side of the cardstock, and on my journal, this is how it came out. Now, I have to say the cardstock came out a little bit better, but I love how light and airy this is, and I'm going to use it in my journal. Look at those beautiful lines from the petals. Is this the most fun? Or what? Yay, I love it. Now I'm going to take my Tombow pen, which I will link because it's a hard nib calligraphy pen. I love it. I use it all the time, and I'm going to add this little quote that I found. I have to say, one of my favorite things to do is find short quotes. I am definitely a word person. I have had so much fun trying this with you. I hope you have a fun time with it as well. Go follow Susie. She's great. And like and subscribe and come back for more next week. Bye.